What's good? What's good? I'm back. Yours truly, one and only Paul Pickett, host of the Paul Pickett Podcast, aka Triple P, aka the Common Sense Podcast, your source for music, sports, politics, sport events, and much, much more. Today I'm going to react to a video of a beautiful content creator reacting to Pride Parade, shouting, "We are coming for your kids." But before we do that, let me give you a word from promopalace.biz.
Looking for music marketing and promotion? Then look no further than Promo Palace LLC, your one-stop shop for all music promotion services. Services include Spotify playlist pitching, YouTube video promotion, record pool promotion, blog placements, radio airplay promotion, SoundCloud promotion, and much more. With over 2,000 customers and over 10 years of experience in online promotion, Promo Palace LLC is a company you can trust. For more info, please go to promopalace.biz. See you there.
I couldn't have said it better. You heard the beautiful lady. If you need online marketing promotions for your music product, brand, or service, please go to promopalace.biz. You see the website scrolling below. Get marketing promotions at promopalace.biz. Also, you can email promopalace1@gmail.com. That's promopalace, the number 1 at gmail.com. Let's get into it.
Recent Pride Parade crowd was shouting out, "We're coming for your children," or something to that effect. We're going to react to that today and talk about all the other things that are happening at Pride Parades here in the US. Plus, we've got some crazy videos to talk about. Let's get into it.
Really like that beat.
All right, what's up, goofy goobers? Happy Monday. I'm your host, Omelette Benobi. Taylor's in Nashville.
I'm so caught off guard by goofy goobers. But yeah, hi. Happy Monday.
We're all goofy goobers, guys. Scott is in the producer's bay.
What's up, everyone?
And I hope you guys had a fantastic weekend. It's Monday. We've got some interesting stories to react to today. First thing, a video of a crowd at a pride parade screaming, "We're here, we're queer, we're coming for your children." Now, This is an interesting twist on what was originally, "We're here, we're queer, get used to it." I know that from my old leftist days, back when I was a fun little radical hanging out at these pride parades and stuff every year. But now it's, "We're here, we're queer, we're coming for your children." Let's listen. Okay, so there's a lot going on. I heard, "We're here, we're queer, we're coming for your children, we're not going shopping." There's a lot of different things being shouted. And of course, you know, I must put the disclaimer, the entire crowd is not, you know, cheering this out. There are definitely certain individuals in particular that are choosing to say something like this. And this is not the first time we've heard this sentiment being shared by a crowd that we would say is pride adjacent. You all remember the 2021 video of the San Francisco Gay Men's Choir screaming and singing, "We're coming for your children." Y'all remember that viral video?
No.
We might play a little bit of it later down the line here, but that video exists out there on the internet, and that created a massive uproar. And I think there is an element of people within the pride community knowing that that's sort of a soft spot or a button that they can push on conservatives or people who are looking at the Pride Month and are not necessarily approving. So they will scream something like, "We're coming for your children," in order to garner a certain response. You know, they want to.
And let me start right there. Yes, it could be that, you know, at the parade, like she said, it wasn't everybody shouting. And it could be that they're just trying to ruffle the feathers and push some buttons. But it doesn't change the fact that they are coming for people's kids. They are trying to indoctrinate people's kids to accept, agree, and support this across the board, you know. And that's the thing I always stress, is that just because you accepted something doesn't mean you have to agree with it or support it, you know? So it's just a little too much. Let's keep it moving.
Be the catalyst in what is a larger fight surrounding these topics and issues. Do I think that the people in this crowd truly are going to target children? I don't know. At that point, it's hard to tell whether or not you're trying to just be inflammatory or you actually believe these things and are choosing to say it publicly. The lines have definitely been blurred. But
And let me chime in before she goes any further. That's a good point, because you never really know anybody's intentions. You never know the intentions. You can't, like, we're not mind readers. Nobody's a mind reader. I'm sorry. You can't never truly know someone's intentions. Let's keep it moving.
Can't imagine that this does anything to further the efforts of the Pride movement or of the larger LGBTQIA-B23C squared community, right? I can't imagine that this is helping them to further their goals. In fact, it's creating a larger divide, and it's giving conservative people, right-wing people, whatever you want to call them, more ammunition to fight against these things and have more reasons to be disapproving of the sort of behavior.
Apparently, I'm a mind reader. Because that just sounded like it just sounded like the perfect word for that conversation is more ammunition. Metaphorically speaking,
that happens not only in Pride Month but throughout the year. And this has been a common theme at a lot of the Pride parades. We've gotten some crazy videos throughout this month and of course over the weekend. You all know that as a wee lad, I used to go to Pride parades, and specifically quite a large Pride parade in Orlando. Every year Orlando puts on a massive Pride parade, and you know, a lot of people in the community come out. You'd be amazed to see how many children are there, and often young children, myself included at the time, are in the presence of scantily clad men and women. You saw a woman in this video with her top off and just wearing pasties. Imagine that, but times 100. Happening at Orlando Pride, and like similar Pride parades across the United States. Here is a video here. I want to pull this up. Where is that? Ah, yes, of naked men in front of children at a Pride parade in the U.S., also in Canada. This is an article from the Daily Wire. It says LGBT Canada. Pride festivities across the United States and Canada over the weekend featured rampant nudity, including a Pride parade in Seattle in which men on bikes rode naked in front of children. There is a video which has full frontal nudity in it, so we are not going to show the video on our program today, as the sights are not sights for our eyes. You know what? If I wanted to see that, I would go to the Pride Parade myself, and that is not how I spent my weekend. The article goes on to say the Seattle Pride Parade, which declared on its website, "Parade is all about inclusiveness, so all ages gather along the route to watch the festivities." They also featured the Boys and Girl Scouts marching in the parade, which you can see in this video here. It's just a little weird to me, right? Like, I'm really trying, guys. I'm trying to be charitable here. I'm trying to say it's not all people who are involved in this community. I'm trying to say it's not all Pride parades. But when you have videos like this where the Boys and Girls Club is in tandem walking in a Pride parade with naked men on bicycles, I'm losing ground here. I don't know what else. I don't know how charitable I can be.
She's being nice about it. Yes, there was a time in history, Roman society, Greek societies, and other societies where like have sexuality in kids and adults were like very common, I guess you could say. But we've seemed to stray away from that and grown away from that for at least a long time on like a mainstream scale. Like it's like we've made it unacceptable, and now it seems like they're trying to all paths lead and roads lead to them trying to make it unacceptable again. I honestly agree with that politician that said that all this leads to normalizing pedophilia. It does, because when they talk about inclusion, they keep moving the inclusion boundaries further and further. First, it was inclusion based on race. Now it's sexuality. Now it's age. Now it's age, which to me signifies that these people are trying to normify pedophilia again. And pedophilia has been around since probably the beginning of the times. There's been a lot of pedophiles in histories, even like, big prominent figures and things of that nature. You know, so yeah, I think that she's trying to be nice about it, but I'm not gonna be nice about it. This shit leads to them trying to normalize pedophilia. It really does. And I really heard enough. I don't need to watch this whole video. I just needed to see that little clip at the beginning. Because this kind of goes on to my last video I did where it was a gay guy who basically lied and said that he was targeted for being gay and set on fire, and the people were calling him homophobic slurs, and it set him on fire. And they come to find out he was assaulting a pregnant woman and beating her up, and she somehow set him on fire to basically stop him from beating her up anymore. And they try to make it seem like, people are just getting in their cars every day and going targeting gay people, but it's really the LGBTQ community, not as I guess you could say as a whole, not individually, but I guess you could say as a whole, that is targeting kids. You got too many rogue teachers in too many middle schools, too many elementaries. Too many times have I seen videos of teachers trying to shame kids into support something that they don't want to support. And they might not want to support it because of religion, like being Muslim or being Christian. And then people try to shame them into, shame their religion and shame them because they won't support, the LGBTQ community movement. Well, that goes back to what I said. Just because somebody accepts something doesn't mean they have to agree with it or support it. Now you're trying to force people to agree and support, and that's not going to go well. That's not going to go well. That means you're targeting. The only way, that's why they're trying to indoctrinate kids, is because they always try to indoctrinate kids because adults are harder to indoctrinate, except the dumb, idiotic adults that just believe anything you tell them without any proof, evidence, or facts shown. Like when the guy said somebody set him on fire because he was gay, when clearly he was set on fire because he was assaulting somebody. It's like, this idea that a majority of the people in the world just get up every day and say, I'm gonna go target somebody because of sexuality or gender or race, is really bogus, man. Most people have to get up every day and go to work Monday through Friday. And people do work weekends as well. And if you're like me, you work 7 days a week. You don't got time to go out and get in trouble and do any dumb shit. You got time to make money every single day. Yeah, man. This is crazy. Do I think that they could have been just saying it just to say it and piss people off? Yeah, but it still doesn't change the fact of what's going on in the schools. That rogue teachers, that college professors, They are trying to indoctrinate kids, you know. Like I was talking to somebody the other day, like when I was in school, or was it a video I was watching? I can't remember if I was talking to somebody, it was a video, but no, I was talking to somebody. We was talking about how, like, when I was in school, we didn't know what the hell was no transgenders. It was, there was gay people, but there was no transgenders at all. And now all of a sudden there's a large spike. I think part of this is people telling people that are gay they're supposed to be the opposite sex. It's like they're trying to correct gayness and make it seem like they're heterosexuals by sitting there saying that if you're a biological man who identifies as a woman who dates a man, that you're heterosexual, but when you're actually still gay. It's like they're trying to correct gayness, or they're trying to turn it into straightness or heterosexualness, which I thought is something that they hate. It's just so crazy. It's twisted. It's so crazy and twisted, but yeah, they are coming for your kids. Before they weren't, and now apparently they are. They're trying to force people to accept and support. And the only way to do that is to indoctrinate the kids. That way they already grow up accepting and supporting it. Because like what they always say, the older you are, the more you stuck in your ways and whatnot. But it's not even just that, You can't force people to accept and support things if they never want to accept and support them, man. It's like, damn, are we going to make everybody accept everything across the board now? That'll never work. That'll never work. They just trying to force too much stuff, control too many narratives, to control too many outcomes across the board. Once again, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Paul Pickett Podcast, and I'm out.